Well, Eddie apparently had a amazing weekend. I'm trying to find out what happened.
Oh, Eddie, talk to an open house. I know you did an open house.
Yeah. It was just a good weekend all around. Good communication. Met some other potential leads, listings. Open house was good. All well. All was good. All is well. It was great. So
How many
productive.
people? How many people went to the open house?
A handful. Wasn't as much, but as the other time when we had another property in there. But good news is there was only one other property in the area that was for sale, and that went under contract and is pending to close. So I'm really in no competition with any other listings in the community. So
Oh, so
Very
you've had
good.
another. So you've had another listing in that community.
yeah. The last time house we sold, yeah.
So is this a lead from like your door knocking of that listing or something like that?
Correct, in the area.
Oh, nice, nice. All right, good.
Very good.
Yep. And then pass out, just hitting up a lot of flyers. I passed out over like 180 flyers.
What?
Yeah.
Amazing.
So
Good job, Eddie. I
yes,
see you,
ma'am.
bro.
Grinding.
Amazing.
But you always do door knocking, and it's brought you like really good clientele. I think maybe you guys should do like an element like door knock thing, like where you all go together and you guys like divide and conquer. Going
Trust me, we thought about that, but it's very hard to get. It's very
to
hard to get
coordinate.
two people to go at the same time.
Yeah.
I think the most we ever had was three people at the same time, and that was like tough to coordinate.
Wasn't one of those three people like Darlene or something? Because she went door knocking with like Priscilla and Gladys books, no?
Maybe no. I'm talking about a different time when I went with Priscilla and Judas.
Oh, yeah, but you had to be there to
So
to
trust me, Eddie's been trying to get people to go door knocking with him for a while. Priscilla wants to go door knocking though, so I don't know. It's possible we can maybe make it happen now. And the weather's better. It's better
The
weather.
weather is
It's not
amazing
so
right
hot.
now. Yes, it's
So
perfect.
You guys should. That would be a really good opportunity. And it's good for morale, team building and stuff. You guys have experiences together outside of the office. Good
Brianna, I love that.
morale, guys.
We need some team building. I love that. I think it's a great idea. Eddie, we got to get plantation on the list because now I am all in. All in.
I'm ready. Ready when
I,
you are.
I
Let's
get a
do it.
little I get a little scared when it's like 90 degrees outside and we're door knocking.
Well, it's about to get cold today, later tonight.
Yes.
Tonight, by tomorrow, it's gonna be cold. So
Yeah, it's been raining a lot.
So
Yeah.
let's try to maybe get it on the calendar for like Thursday.
yeah,
But we could talk.
this week I'm gonna go in obviously and get some more flyers because I'm gonna go back to the community, hit it up harder. So there's like 400 and something homes in that community, and so I did almost half. So
Is
just
that
cut.
HOA?
Yeah,
And they don't
495 for the
it's
townhouses, and then the single families. It's a mix. There's townhouses and single families, and then it was like 190, 195 for the single families.
but is it like gated or it's open?
No, it's open.
Okay.
So if you want, I'll be in the office later this week,
Okay.
and then if you want to come up and we start designing something, and then
Yes, for sure. I think we should definitely leave them something like maybe it's like some hot chocolate and then put like a sticker with like our information on it or something like
eh,
that.
you
I think
guys,
that'd be cute.
you guys both already have flyers with QR codes ready to go. So we already got them.
Yeah. All right. I'll do better. Who else just got on? Awesome. All right. So definitely I think there's been a lot going on in the real estate world and just politics and everything. I don't want to get too much into politics, but I do know that with our current president right now, he is very involved in the real estate world because he is an investor.
Very
So
true.
yeah, and I think I'm just looking at all the positives, right? Like I don't want to get like into politics, and I don't. There's always pros and cons. I just want to talk about the pros this morning. And I know I heard about. I don't know if Angelo heard about this, but I heard about 50-year mortgages, which I'm sure has probably some negatives, but some positives I know are that this newer generation that's having an affordability problem can be probably a little bit easier to qualify, and mortgage payments will be a little bit easier as opposed to paying $4,000 a month, which is kind of crazy. My Angelo just closed on my cousin's loan, and his mortgage is 3,600. And thank God for his parents, that his parents are moving in with him, because that is crazy for a single person that's like in their 30s.
Yep. I'll chime in a little bit on that on the 50-year mortgage. So I don't know if you guys recall, but Biden had the same idea, but not for 50. It was for 40 years. That really never took effect. Um, yeah, you're right. I don't want to get into politics, but remember, it's like I want this, I want that. It looks good. You get the vibe, looks
Mhm.
good. Positive, negative, positive. Just execute it, right?
Right.
Just whatever president doesn't matter. Like Biden didn't happen either. Like so, I did like a hypothetical scenario on like a $500,000 loan. I think it was a difference of like 350, $400 a month. So even with that, don't expect the DTI. Like they may if we do have 50-year mortgages, for example, or 40, expect a different guideline attached to that, right? Because the interest and principal like ratio on a 50-year mortgage, that first payment is like $100 is going to principal and $2,800 is going to interest. So like talk about selling your house in 5 years, you're gonna have barely no equity. I mean, unless the appreciation goes higher, right? So that's the negative part of long term on that. It's good short term, but man, you're going to pay off your house, it's gonna be 50 years. If I buy my first time buyers, what, like 33 right now or 20, 30, early 30s? By the time you're
Hmm.
80, you're gonna pay off your loan. So again,
But
focus.
that's kind of like, do really people, I feel like before it was like my mom, my parents, they've been in the same house for like 23 years. Like that's
Right.
unheard of anymore. Like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
just move around so much that it's like, really, is that the dream, to pay off your home? Like that's not even the generation that we live in now. Like everything's so fast paced. People are moving every 3 years now.
I
So,
Yeah,
agree with that statement though, because I feel like if you think about it, or at least like coming from my parents' experience, yes, they moved a lot of homes, but it gets to a point where you have children. Because think about it, a lot of millennials and stuff, they're having kids a little later and
mhm,
they're staying at home for a little longer.
right.
So I feel like at least on the millennial side, when they do buy something and they do have kids, then they're more inclined to stay for
Let's
much
stay
longer.
put. Right.
hmm but yeah, what else was going on? The 50 years government shutdown looks like it's over, right?
Thank
Didn't
God.
really didn't really affect the mortgage side too much, but I could see it have affected other self-employed
You know what
borrowers.
happened? I'm sure a lot of stuff happened, but a lot of flights got canceled. I had a flight canceled, and I'm sure they started getting pressure a lot from just a lot of craziness at the airports this weekend from flights being
Hmm.
canceled.
100%.
So a lot of stuff. But yeah, I mean, some people say it was
But
political, but yeah, whatever.
But the thing about it, Angelo, is that if like all these workers, right, are not getting paid, like you think that somebody that's not getting paid is gonna think about like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and purchase a house or buy an investment property. Like
Right.
that's why I think it affected like sales, because it was like a lot of commotion and uncertainty with, oh, the government's shut down, what's gonna happen? A lot of people don't even know what that means. And
Right.
that will can probably put like a pause on sales. Just
Yeah.
throwing that out there.
I know some, I forgot who we were talking to, that they were pretty much on furlough. They were still requiring to work, but they were not getting paid. And so when the government, well, the idea was, I forgot what department was that when they were done with the shutdown, they were gonna retro pay them what they
Right.
said they're
They're,
gonna pay,
which
which is
is
good. But
great.
what about
You get a huge
during the time
chunk.
period?
Like
Right,
use it for your down payment.
straight up.
100%. Maybe we should do an advertisement for it, like just received your back pay, buy now, bro.
Which we are working on an ad, by the way, guys, which we'll probably bring up about the New York stuff. Helen, you don't even know about it. But it
What's
was
that?
gonna be kind of like a surprise. But I talked to Victor this morning. I was like, hey, Helen just said something about New York and stuff. Should we blow it up now? He's like, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, all right.
What is it?
You want to? We're done with the 50-year mortgage and the
Yeah.
shutdown.
Yeah. Let's see it.
All right. So we're gonna limit this to ideally we can't open this to everybody for all admin agents, right? Email us if you're interested, but the idea is we're gonna have some ads running on like Meta, like Facebook and Instagram, and we're gonna be somewhat essentially targeting the New York area, like geographically. We'll pin it, we'll drop it in there. And the sentiment is like the call to action. If you're tired of New York, you want to come into South Florida, the Sunshine State, pay no state taxes, give us a call, right? So we're cleaning up that ad. We've been working on it since the middle of last week, so it's very fresh. We don't even
That's
actually
awesome.
act a flyer, but if any of you guys are interested that are on this call, I think this should be good enough to leave it for you guys, the first right of refusal, because you guys are first to hear about it and that you guys want to work. You guys are here on the call.
Hmm.
That to me already is initiative that you guys want to learn. So, if you guys are interested, give me and Victor a call, reach out to us about more information on that. But we've tried this a couple years ago, and I'm going to be honest with you. A lot of times the realtors start, but they don't finish. They don't make the calls. And I've been through this. It's not my first rodeo. So we will be very strict in managing, like, are you guys making the calls? Because if not, there's somebody else
But,
that's going to make those
but
calls.
what do you mean making the calls? You mean like following up with the leads? Is that what you
Correct.
mean?
Yeah. The
Okay.
follow up game, right? You're not sitting on 6 leads and like, oh, I'll call them next week. And that next week turns into next month. Like, we need people that are here are hungry, that are on Monday morning calls, right? That want to get better and level up. So,
I think that's great. That's fantastic.
yeah. So I don't know, Victor, if you want to chime in anything on that.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. How's everything coming along with the ad? Because I know you were taking point on that.
Yeah. On Friday, let me just pull it up here because I have a separate group chat with the marketing people. Yeah, so like we have right now two different ones coming up. The one where they moved to Florida, it's
So
like
they're gonna be ready to go what in
I'd say
like
we need it this week.
week
Like
this week,
right now, New York and all the talk, it's hot right now, right? That's the talk right now.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, the buyers are the Florida real estate is gonna increase. We need to strike while the iron's hot, and we need. I told the team by Friday, which I have a meeting with them in an hour and a half. Okay, Vic, if you wanted to join or Pris, to kind of chime in on that, or Helen, that's Pris is not even here. She's not even in here.
Yeah. Priscilla's on.
She's on. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me
Oh,
know. I can send you guys
She
the
has
links to the
she
meeting.
doesn't have a voice. She can't talk barely. She has to whisper.
oh, really like that? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that's bad.
Okay. All right. But yeah, that's what we've been working on. A little surprise there for you.
Awesome. I'm excited. I think that's definitely something that we all should be doing, like working on some type of marketing plan for 2026, which is literally like what, 40 days away. um, because once January comes, that's it. Everything is like full throttle, and if you didn't plan for it, it's going to be very hard for you to stop everything and get some motion going. So it's always good to get some momentum going as soon as the year starts. And ads, anything social media related is number one. We all know this, and we all should be incorporating it into our businesses because that's the world we live in right now. And it's very easy. Like, I know some people may not have, well, I don't have a marketing team to, make marketing for me. And it's very like that's just an excuse because it's very easy. You just have to go to Chat GPT, go to Canva, and just start small, right? Sometimes we want it to look perfect. We want it to look like a super HD and like a movie. It will get there eventually, but you have to start somewhere.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
and speaking of marketing, not to get started, like Adrian was right behind me. He started using this app called Sora, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which literally Sora is an app that takes your face and it tells you, oh, say a couple words, 52, 24, 26, and it takes that recognition and it's just prompted and say, hey, or ChatGPT, give me an idea so I could tell Sora to prompt a cool mortgage catchy call to action video about I don't know, a New Yorker leaving their house to go to Florida and like make it funny or something like that. And just it'll
Right.
make the video for you and just repost it. People know
No
it's
way.
AI, but it's funny and engagement,
Oh wait, it uses like your actual face
Because
Yeah.
and your voice
yes,
and just adds a script to it.
What
yes.
what is that called again? How do you spell it?
Sora,
With a Z?
SORA.
Oh,
Okay.
And it's on the App Store. You can just download it.
Yeah, it just
Okay.
got released to Android last Friday too
Okay.
for those Android users.
That is
Cool.
amazing. That is so
But
dope. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not hard, Like, we're saying, like, if you don't get with the times, like, you will be, like, your business will slow down just because, like, these times are changing so fast. And, like you said, Angela, you're like, okay, we have to do a strike while it's hot now because, in December, it's going to be a whole new topic because things are like moving so fast that a topic doesn't stay on. I know even when it's like a challenge, like if you see a social media TikTok challenge, like you only see it for like maybe like about a week or two. And then after that, it's like on to something completely new. So we have to try to keep up with the times because that's what's gonna determine that determines our sales. And we're in the business of sales. So we have to be selling every single day. I know, I don't know if you guys watched it, but Sir Hant, the broker he's a big broker in New York. He said that the deals over, like people are getting sweet deals because everybody just wants out. So he's basically like piggybacking on that, right? Because it's so trendy that you just get kind of like by association, right? So if there's a hot topic and you do, or a hot challenge and you do it, now like you're trendy too because of that topic, right? And I was watching, he has like a show with his brokerage on Netflix, and they have like their own media department, which is crazy because you're like, this is a brokerage, right? Why do they have to have a media department? Like they have like a photographer, an editor, a videographer. They have like a little, like a little office just for that. But which is probably why he got the show, but it just goes to show you the type of world that we live in. Like you have to dedicate, if you have a business right now, you have to dedicate at least 25% to content, to creating content. Do you guys agree with me?
yeah. I 100%
Yep.
agree.
100%.
And I think that the sooner we understand this and we put things in motion, the easier it's going to be for us to grow our businesses. So I definitely wanted to make this call about end it off with that topic for you to have that in mind coming into this new year. I know myself, that's my number one goal, is to take that serious. Because I feel like before it was like, okay, whenever I get a chance to do a video, I'll post. But now I feel like you have to be very intentional. You have to think of ways, like you literally have to put it in time block and put it in your schedule. Like, okay, on Fridays is my day to make content, or my day to do ads, or my day, whatever it is that has to do with if you're going to use TikTok or you're going to use YouTube, you have to put it in your weekly calendar that you are going to make content. I know for me, 2026, that is my number one goal.
Yeah. Just a few things that I like to add, just when that kind of helps with marketing and content. So, just so you guys know, if you guys ever need any printed, any flyer, anything that is just like that basically gets done on Canva, we do have, like, we can do it for you. So you do have that resource. So all you got to do is like find more or less what you're looking for, and say, "Hey, Vic, I want to make something like this." And usually in 24 hours, sometimes maybe a little less, a little more, we can get it done. Um, as far as video content, my recommendation is just kind of like, you can try to learn how to do it yourself. There are people who charge, and I keep hearing, well, the packages are a little expensive. Maybe it makes sense if you hire somebody to do content, record it for you and edit it and everything like that. Maybe it could make sense if you split it with another agent, depending on how they do it. Something like that could work. Also, at the Bind, we have a podcast room that's available to us. So if doing interviews and kind of talking to people is part of maybe a content strategy you've thought about, you have a podcast room that is there, and you can use it. They don't charge for that, as far as I don't think so, Angelo, right? They don't charge for that, or does
They
that?
just have to reserve it,
You
right?
just have to reserve
I
it. Yeah,
think
yeah,
so.
yeah. I don't think so. I don't think they charge for that. So, and if they do, it's whatever. It's $10, $15 or something. Um,
Yeah, if
but
you guys need time too, I have hours, so just text me
yeah.
or Victor, like, hey, I need to reserve the room, and you guys,
So,
no worries.
so, the thing is, there's people out there. There's also virtual assistants that you can look for that will edit videos for you for, like, you just got to shoot the content and send it to them, and they'll edit it for you. There's obviously a training and a learning curve to that, if depending on what you want. So there's ways to get it done. And so just keep those things in mind. The resources available that you have, as far as flyers, as far as videos. Just work at it yourself. Teach yourself CapCut. CapCut is very simple to use once you learn it. I know it's a little overwhelming. At first, you think it's overwhelming, and then once you learn CapCut, once you've done one or two videos, you're like, oh, okay, this is pretty straightforward. You can edit a nice video in 30 minutes to an hour. So that's it. Those are my 2 cents. I just want to add that, Helen.
Yeah, we do have an amazing, beautiful building. The Bind is absolutely gorgeous. And there's a lot of areas that you can do a quick photo shoot, a quick skit, anything. I have Melvin. I don't know if you guys met Melvin, but Melvin is he's an agent with us, and he does photography, videography. He does for our flips, he does all our videos, and he's getting better and better by the day, and he's super affordable. So we have lots of resources. So we just need to apply ourselves and be very intentional. I just want to leave this off with everyone kind of sharing what is one of your goals for 2026, one of your business goals. I know we have spiritual goals, we have relationship goals, fitness, but I just want this to be about business related. I shared with you guys my goal is to for 2026 to be able to uh, create content and actually post it, because sometimes I find myself creating it, and then when I go back to look at it, I'm like, I'm not a fan of it, right? And that's like that we get really anal and we start over analyzing. So my goal is to create the content on a weekly basis, so that way, you always have content, and if you miss a week, I can always go in my bank and actually posting it on a weekly basis. Does anybody want to share any 2026 goals that they have in mind?
I can go if you want.
Yes.
My goal is I want to try to get more people my age, more young people buying homes,
Yeah,
especially up
that's
here
awesome.
in Orlando.
Yeah.
It's such a good opportunity, like, and a lot of young people, they don't even really know
Where to
how
start?
yeah, a lot of people,
Mhm.
it's like it's completely out of reach, and bro, it's so much easier to buy a house than most people give it credit for.
Right.
Again,
And when you go to rent, it's like you got to do first class and first class security. You got to
yeah.
submit all the same paperwork, bank statements,
Look, they could buy
pay
a house
stubs.
You could buy a house, you're gonna get roommates anyways. Have them pay your mortgage instead of you
Exactly.
guys paying some old lady's mortgage, bro.
I love that.
Have roommates with you. There are
I
options.
know.
Yeah, that was good. You could tell your peoples of your age that exactly.
It's true
That's the
though.
way.
I love that, Brianna. I love that it's like has a deep meaning. Your goal is very deep and purposeful. I love that.
Power the youth.
Anybody else want to share? 2026 is around the corner. It is around the corner, guys. What are we gonna do? Victor?
I would say, first thing, some things come to mind when you talk about goals for 2026. The first thing was like, man, I would really like to get have an actual office, not a shared office, but When I start thinking about it, I'm like, like I just miss it personally. But then I start wondering, is it absolutely necessary?
Mm-hmm.
I know some people will probably tell me yes, some people will probably tell me no. Um, but as far as goals that really have me excited is just uh create more visibility and create more resources. Like basically when I hear you guys tell me your goals, I right away start thinking, okay, how can I help those goals? How can I like what do I need to figure out so that I can help you reach those goals easier, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that those are my goals, is just to be more visible, have more visibility for the company, have more visibility for our agents, and and continue to drive growth. And um, there's so many things that I always want to do. If you, Priscilla and Angela will probably tell you that I'm always probably trying to do too much or try to go, and instead of focusing on one thing, I try to do too many things. But those will be my main goals, is just figure out what are going to be the next steps of growth in the company, and in my opinion, that's the growth of the agents. And
Right.
so and that is encouraging exactly what you're saying, Helen, is visibility. You have to be able to have your message reach more people. You have to be able to I know a lot of us work on referrals, some of us that don't purchase leads or anything like that, we work on referral business, and that's fine. But we got to figure out a way, and then we make our calls and speak one on one to people. But we got to figure out, how do we get to that? And I heard that at the NAREP, and I'm telling you that girl Veronica said she tries to figure out how to get her message from one to many. It just basically means, how do I, instead of making those one to one calls, how can I just
The
reach
masses.
how do
Yeah.
I reach the masses? How do I just
Yeah.
go the one to many? And then that's like, I've been thinking about that so much, and I've been thinking about how she used that. And so that's what I want to help the brokerage do, and also help the agents also do as well. So yeah,
Thank you for sharing.
you're welcome.
Anybody else? Eddie, Angelo, Liz? All right, you guys are probably.
Do better.
We need to be more specific, Eddie.
Meet more people.
How, where?
Out in networking events.
You want to attend more networking events.
Yeah, a realtor's job is not to always be in the office. You got to be out and about. Period.
Are you doing that now? Did you start now, or you want to start in
I started
January?
realizing it more. I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, you could have your days where you do content and you make calls and stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
you need to be out. You need to be out.
So you're going to do that more in 2026.
Correct.
Awesome. Very good. Anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I'll take a couple of cents. I haven't written down exactly the numbers, but I mean, I think my goal for next year is probably to do a tad bit less of personal production, and I really want to help the team kind of grow and kind of educate them on how I did things, right? They don't have to exactly replicate that, but
Yeah.
mold it to their liking. You know, I want to kind of help others mostly for 2026.
But you mean you like in your business, your clients, you mean like because you guys everybody does a little bit of everything though, right?
Yeah, but there's like Brianna, for example, she's more of a support role, but you know, like for example, I have Adrian and Gladys, and I literally have 3 potential LOs gonna join the team
Oh wow.
already. Yeah, so you know, that's already like that's something that I need to make sure when they get on board, they're taken care of, right?
They
I'm
have
still gonna
support,
be here.
yeah.
I'm here to support all y'all, but
Yeah,
in a sense of like you know, just helping others, kind of like what Victor's doing now, right? Victor is not he's not there producing every single day. He's supporting
right,
all of y'all. You know,
right.
even though he knows a bunch of shit, he bends over backward for even for me if I need help and whatnot. You know,
Yeah,
but yeah, I really want to help others mostly for next year.
awesome. Thank you for sharing. So definitely, guys, thank you for being here. I'm so grateful. We had a great turnout this morning. We have a couple more weeks left. We have to finish out with a bang, which we will. We have to stay focused, but I think this is a huge step. Like Angelo said, it's Monday morning and we're here together bouncing off ideas and trying to get some momentum because I know in my business, what has worked for me is momentum, right? It makes things easier when once you have that momentum to just kind of ride the wave. So definitely have an amazing week. Remember to follow up. Remember to look at the remember to look at the cup as half full and not half empty.
Yes, sir.
And I wish you guys a great week.
All right, guys, let's do it. Thank you so much, Helen.
Thank you. Good luck, guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.